Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Blood Bowl 2. Continuing on with the campaign, we're now on to the third leg of the campaign, and we're going to be facing off against the Grudge Bearers. So this season will be long and hard. For the second match of the season, you meet your first serious opponent, the Dwarf Grudge Bearers team. So win the match and give the Grudge Bearers a good reason to hate you. Let's go ahead and see if we can do anything about changing our team around. So still we have nothing to do with our staff. Let's look at our team roster. I'm hoping that they start letting us do more elements of the gameplay. So I have 13 players. It'd actually be nice if it summarized how many of each type I had on this team roster sheet like it did when I was purchasing players when I first built the team. So with 13 players, I probably have replacements for the catchers, I would assume. So I don't think there's any reason for us to change our team around, other than the fact that we have more gold now, and that gold should be affecting our team value. But I don't think 30,000 gold's really going to make that much of a difference. I mean, technically, I could put a couple more blitzers on the team, and you can always do with blitzers. But you know what? We'll hold off. I want to save the money for the rerolls whenever those are available. So let's play the match.
Not played again this season, as he's bravely in hiding from some ogre gangsters. We're still trying to track him down or talk to anyone in the Reaver's staff. At the moment, they seem to be as scarce as an honest referee.
That's right, chum. Even as we speak, Cabal Vision seers are scrying the old world. You could be anywhere. Please check under your sofas at home. It's amazing what gets lost between the cushions.
Yes, okay. Well, back to tonight's match. The Reichland Reavers versus the Grudge Bearers. Any words of advice, Bob?
It's dwarves, Jim. Slow, steady, and brutal. Watch out for the beards. They do occasionally trip over them. It's hilarious.
Okay, we're going to be facing off against dwarves. Let's see what they add in to the rule set. Because we're still looking for setting up our players. We haven't been able to do that yet. And
Good evening from Cabal Vision HD.
I think the coin toss hasn't been done yet. All right, our team, obviously. And our opponent, the Grudge Bearers. As long as they don't have a death roller, I don't see too much of a problem in this matchup. All right, we got a coin toss. So we're going to start with the ball.
Yeah, I've got some respect for those beards. They share my love of violence over ball playing. Hello?
Okay, so they're still not letting us set up our team, which is not the best. But in any case, now it's trying to tell me how agility works. So I guess we now have the chance of failing picking up the ball and what have you.
Don't underestimate the dwarves when they do actually get the ball.
I'm going to assume that turnovers are still not a thing.
Get it back.
Look over there, Bob. What's that ref up to? He seems to be in deep conversation with that green, shifty assistant coach on the Reaver's staff.
Well, looks like your standard bribe to me, Jim. Although the Referees Guild has strict guidelines on bribery, and that transaction looks to be happening outside the regulation distance from a dank and forbidding corner. There's something iffy going on here.
All right, so there's a bribe going on, it's trying to say. All right, we'll do that. That's the best result. And we'll follow.
Smack.
Okay, that's a good result for us. Trying to think here, what would be the best thing to do? Make a hole somewhere so we can try and get a passing play going? Where would be a good place to do that? Probably here. So I'm going to put my lineman. And then do a blitz here. So move here, here, blitz.
Unity is strength.
All right, well, we don't want that result, but we don't have any re-rolls yet either, so nothing happened.
Losing the title. Let's see some blood in Blood Bowl.
All right, so that's not so great. Now we've got a big hole in our line as well that we're going to want to plug. And oh, it's runners on their outside, huh? Okay, well, that's interesting. So I'm going to bring my thrower up a little bit. Not too far up, though. I don't want him in direct contact with anybody. Bring this guy up a space. I'm going to send this catcher up and around to here.
That's it. Get in their face.
All right, I'm going to pick up the ball, at least to try to.
The team have possession.
Now picking up the ball is uncertain, so yeah.
Good play. Placing the ball
That's
in
now
a safe
not
spot,
automatic
a
anymore.
faster pair of hands, or claws, or tentacles.
Okay. Pretty happy with those results. I don't think this is the best situation, but we'll go ahead and go with it.
To be very involved.
He's certainly doing more than issuing fouls. He's making the fouls. My ref's as bent as a Chilean moneylender.
All right, so they're throwing in a
There's right to
curveball.
assist their teammate.
I thought it was my team that was bribing the ref, not their team. Maybe I misheard that.
Get punched above and below the belt at the same time.
All right. So he's been knocked out, so he's off the field until the next stoppage of play. Well, they're beating the crap out of me, that's for sure.
A block of desperation, no doubt. This time it worked.
All right, that was possibly a stupid idea, but
Or stand.
no, good. I get to pick. We do a push.
The fans are rebels. So am I. Just one more step.
Okay. We may have an opportunity here. All right, so let's stand up guys that are down. All right, we can make a hole here probably pretty easily and have this guy run through. And the other guy that could catch him is this runner, possibly. So that might be the move we do. Alternatively, yeah, I think that's what we're going to end up doing here. So first things first, let's stand this guy up. All right. We need this block to be successful for that to work. If it doesn't work, then we'll try something different.
Come on, guys. Together.
Of course, it's not successful. We'll push him there, and we'll follow.
With fists flailing, he's following up, hoping to get the knockdown next time.
All right, so we have a problem where there's a hole. We could create a hole here, but we don't have anybody to exploit it. Not anyone with enough speed that it would matter. That's disappointing. See, that guy can barely get far enough. I'm going to have to start worrying about the attack from these guys here. So if I click on this guy... No. If I click on this guy, we can see the extent of his movement, which is pretty much everything back here. So I'd have to move all the way over to the sideline, which is not really an advisable move, to get out of his range. Which I'd have to go for to do that. I think right now we need to play conservatively and try and make a hole. So I'm going to place the thrower here. And bring the catcher.
What was your favorite moment as a Blood Bowl player, Bob?
Oh,
Up is kind of a
it has to be scoring
tackle
my
zone
first
block.
touchdown, Jim. You see, I just ripped the head off this git who'd given me some lip in the changing rooms before the game. So just for fun, I shoved the ball down his throat and then lobbed his whole body into the end zone. The ref said it was classified as a catch, so I scored a touchdown.
All right, so we'll throw a block here.
Yeah, the NAF changed
Push.
the rules the next day.
But we're not going to follow him. We're going to stay.
That'll help a player move without risk.
All right. Let's throw a blitz potentially here. I don't like doing this without a reroll, but I want to try and make a hole. Push. Push him that way. We won't follow him so that we can move around him.
So close to a world of hurt.
And then we'll get right on past. So we got somebody in the backfield. And you know what? We'll make him go for it a couple times too. He fell down. Well, that's unfortunate because that means he's not going to be able to score next turn. That was a little risky, but we tried. This is where rerolls would really help, and not having them is really detrimental. I don't know why we don't have them.
Grasping range of the fans, and they're looking hungry.
All right, we'll have to see what the AI does about what we've got going, though. All right, we'll dodge it.
Keep pushing.
All right, so he didn't follow me up. That was actually maybe a mistake.
That was risky.
All right, another one of my characters is KO'd.
No help now.
All right, so things aren't looking very good.
Wallop.
Ah. Aha! Fall down. Suck it. Oh, they're putting another tackle zone on me. Oh, well. All right, let's just stand him up then. I'm not going to try and score with him or anything. Not that he could, anyway. All right, so we have a clear hole here. If we can knock this guy down, which is seemingly an impossible task, we can get through here and possibly score. The problem is being able to move far enough that we're not in danger anymore might be tough. So we would have to move all the way out to here, and I don't think any of the characters I have can do that much movement. So let's go ahead and throw the block, though.
This player likes to be well assisted.
So we'll push him. Push him there. We'll stay. Okay. So we still don't have a hole, so we have another block to throw.
Is the assist going to be enough to come?
There we go. Finally knocked him down. We'll put him there. And I guess I will follow. All right, so we finally got some damage.
Possibly off his mortal coil.
All right. So what I'm thinking here is put a tackle zone on this guy. And then, well, let's stand this guy up. I think at this point I have to go for it in some regard. I have to do something to try and score here. So I'm going to move out here. And then I'm going to, let's put a tackle zone down on these guys. I'm going to move. Let's see how far we can get. I'm going to move here and then hand the ball. Well, no, that's not wise. I might move there and keep the ball. Reason being is these guys are free to come up here and attack me. And if I throw it, give it to that guy, I'm going to be in trouble. So this is risky, but I'm going to do it and hope for the best. So far, the AI hasn't been blitzing, so I may be taking advantage of the fact that they have been doing that.
He'll get an assist now. Wuss.
Now, if they don't give me tackle zones, if they don't put any tackle zones in this guy, then I've scored pretty much if I hand off the ball. All right. So I should be safe.
Intimidation is the key. It was one of my strengths when I was still playing.
Just by the way the AI is playing. Now, next turn might not go so well because I've gotten a number of knockouts. But I have extra players, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
The attacker has an assist. They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
Okay, let's score this sucker. So first things first, let's stand up, everybody that needs to stand up. Now, again, there's no turnovers, so doing this is kind of a little bit of a not necessary. But we'll do it anyway, as it's a good practice to do for when the rules actually start working the way they're supposed to. All right. Now, this player can score. Now, one thing I could do is just hand it off to him right here. But if he fails the catch roll for the handoff, that's not so good. So what I want to do is I'm going to move him. Well, before I do that, let's think about this. Yeah, so we're going to do a pass here. So I'm going to move him into the end zone. And then I'll pass it to him. That way,
An unmolested enemy in the end zone?
if the pass goes errant... Oh, no. Pass goes errant. At least it's on this side of the pitch. Now, granted, if the pass goes errant and it goes out of bounds, that's going to be real bad. But it's a quick pass, so good chance it will succeed. Yeah. And that's why we did that. That's why we moved the ball down, because as much as that was a terrible result and we were pretty much looking at a touchdown, that's what happens sometimes. This is Blood Bowl after all. All right, this guy's not in a tackle zone, so let's get him over and get a tackle zone on this guy. All right. Let's hope that this works. So that was a pretty likely pass to succeed. He has the pass skill, so technically he gets to re-roll it. But you can still fail.
Your turn on the border of the pitch. If the player gets pushed into the crowd, well, last time that happened, it took 3 days.
All right, the AI failed at an opportunity there. Sending the troll slayer over here rather than to try and get the ball. I mean, he's just giving me the score pretty much. So all I have to do is pick up the ball, which, you know, is a trial in and of itself. And I'll just have the thrower score if that happens. But they're going to do their best to try and beat the crap out of my team. It seems that's what the AI is trying to do here, just beat the crap out of me. Which is kind of working.
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
Fortunately, because there's no turnovers, I can actually take advantage of that. In that I can try and pick up the ball with my my thrower here.
Good catch.
And if he failed, then I would have just gone over and tried to pick it up with the catcher. But anyway, there's the touchdown. It took a lot longer than I would have liked, but hey, the grudge bearers are cheating. All right. All right, so we're going to get those guys back. All right, so we got the ogre back. Oh, no, wait. That was just showing us that the other side.
I imagine that in their dreams, at least, they're winning this match.
Well,
They've kicked the ball to the opponents. Now it's time to think defensively.
okay, so I guess I didn't get either of those players back. And it set me up in the stupidest way. I mean, this is a real liability that you can't set up your own team. That is a ridiculous setup. And I'm almost wondering if they used my extra players or not. I wonder if I'm still down.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it. The dwarf player.
Why would you ever set up your line like that?
I repeat, the dwarf player has.
First off, putting a catcher on the front line is just stupid. Oh well. I'll do my best to try and stop them from scoring, but I don't know how likely that's going to be. All right. Well, they only have 3 turns to score. All right, so how many players do I have on the field? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have a full roster. I just don't know why you would ever do a setup like this, especially against a dwarf team. Why would you just give them a lane to go straight through? I mean, this entire area was open. That was just a stupid setup. Incredibly stupid setup. Now I have them deep in my my zone, and there is not a whole lot I can do about it. You never want to do one-on-one blocks if you can avoid it, like where you have an even chance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get these guys out of my face. It's kind of aggressive to do it this way, but
More the merrier.
then I will come over here. Throw a blitz. Take advantage of the assist. So far my blocks haven't been going well, but that one went okay. I'll throw him over that way, and I will stay. Okay. Skip that. Now I have to think about where I want to set this guy. So I guess I'll put him here. Try and plug this hole that exists. And I'll throw the catcher over here to try and plug this hole. And then my thrower, I'm going to run over here to get an assist over there. And I'll just keep this guy hanging around in the back so that he can plug any holes that exist. But yeah, I really hope they let us do setup soon, because this is ridiculous. You know, being an experienced player like I am, to be forced to have a catcher in my front line, it makes it kind of difficult. All right, so this result will do us well. Throw him over that way. You know what? We should have put him over this way, actually. That was a mistake. And I'll stay. Okay, stunned. So I guess I won't pay for the mistake right off. All right, now let's start throwing blocks where we have assists. So the first one we want to do is... Actually, these would all be 1-for-1s. Oh, no, this is an assist. Do this one first. Push. Push him that way. And stay. Now, the reason I'm doing that is so that he can't block me next turn. It seems the AI isn't allowed to use blitzes yet.
Come on, guys. Together.
So we'll knock him down. And we will... There's no real good place to put him, but I'll put him there. And I'll follow, because I don't want to be up against the sideline there. Okay, so we've kind of gotten a line back together, although we're really weak in this area right here. As a matter of fact, so weak, I probably should have moved this guy up in here. That was maybe a mistake, but we'll deal with it. They've only got 3 turns to score, as long as we can delay them. All right, they're bringing the ball into direct contact with me, which... Not really a wise move.
That player is about to get punched above and below the belt at the same time.
And that honestly isn't too surprising. Again, having a catcher on the front line.
would seem should struggle to understand.
Well, they've got a nice big hole in the middle. I was hoping they wouldn't do that. I was hoping I could use that player to try and blitz the ball carrier. Okay, let's try and take advantage of what they've given me. So, have him stand up. So the ball carrier is in a tackle zone. How can we take advantage of that? Well, it would have been nice if this guy was free, because then I could have moved him over to get an assist. So what we're going to have to do is do a series of blocks here. To try and stop the threat. So I'm going to move this guy over here to provide us an assist. Okay, so there's the assist.
It will finish in the public, and in general, fans are much more dangerous than players.
All right, well, that's a horrendous result for us. Yeah. Okay. We're pretty much screwed now. I'm just going to have to attack the ball carrier.
All this focus on the ball is
Of
against
course.
the spirit of the game.
And no team rerolls means that the rolls I really need to succeed are failing, and I'm getting stunned results on top of that, which just is great. All right, now I just have to stop the guy from scoring. So what I need to do is I need to just put tackle zones on anyone that is even a remote threat for scoring. Because they've got 2 turns. And theoretically, I think they could. If they get a hole and they move a guy as far as he can move, it's possible. Although it's unlikely, it's possible. Honestly, I think I just need to bring a guy back in case that happens. And I have to keep this guy here as a threat that they have to go through. I think this is our only choice. End turn.
Haha, here's some friends.
Now the ball carrier's going over that way.
This player likes to be well assisted in a fight.
Well, I don't think they're going to score now.
The attacker has an assist.
They just got through.
Because they would have had to move a guy downfield to do that, and they don't have the move distance to do it. So I am not in threat of being scored on now.
The carrier is free to move.
So now all they have to do is just stop getting guys knocked out. Because now I'm going to be at a numerical disadvantage.
That's going to cost. Now it's the other team's turn.
Or not really. Honestly, at this point, it doesn't matter. I might even keep the guys that are down so that they stop getting beat on. Because I don't really see the point in standing them up. I mean, look, their closest guy can't get anywhere near the end zone. So, not really a threat of scoring, and there's only 1 turn left. So sometimes you have to look at the clock, see what's going on with that clock, and make a decision based off of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to throw a blitz.
Safety in numbers.
And of course, it's a result that I can't hurt him. And I'm just going to stay. That way he can't hit me. And I might even just dodge out of this tackle zone. There. Now they can't hurt any of my guys. None of them are in tackle zones. And unless they're going to be fouling, they won't be fouling anybody. So I'm just going to end my turn. So unless there's some magical way that they can score that I don't know about, this game's over.
Now that's a holding maneuver, if ever I saw one.
So at this point, last turn, the AI should have gone all out for the score. It was not a likely score, but it was a possible score. But now, there's no time. Half's going to be over, and that's going to be that. And there we have the end of the half. So 1-0. Let's see what boneheaded defensive setup they give me next turn.